Virgo, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for August 17th through the 23rd. My name is Athen. So we are coming off of that new moon from last Friday going into this week. We enter this week in the crescent phase, which is about continuing to move forward with any intentions and our ideas. And this has been a very nebulous part of your chart, actually. You had a new moon in your 12th house. So maybe, because for you Virgos, there is this passion about spirituality, isn't there? There's this passion about, having a tranquil, spiritual, intuitive flow to your everyday experiences, which is, of course, so important for you Virgos. So that's Leo, who naturally rules your 12th house. And so there is this excitement for all of us with this new moon here. And this might be, excitement of awareness here. Some new things coming to fruition, to understanding of the spiritual type, or from behind the scenes. Maybe you're working behind the scenes. Maybe you're excited about, new things shaping up and new opportunities coming in that will allow you to have more of that peace, presence, or even communicate the truth about spirituality, which is Jupiter transiting that 12th house of yours. So anyways, as the overall gist this week, continuing to move forward with any new intentions, new ideas. It can be even nebulous. This is, again, a part of the chart which isn't very practical, although right now I think it is for you Virgos because you do have Mercury transiting your 12th. But if it could just be subconscious. So whatever is sort of shifting, whatever this freshness is about this new awareness of life in general, continuing to implement that, because your ruler Mercury is here. This is all about implementation. It's very practical. It's very grounded like you are. And that's the way to apply it, is maybe you're working behind the scenes. Maybe you are getting that rest and relaxation, whatever it is, spiritual time, which will then be facilitating these new beginnings. So that being said, I think that's going to be the emphasis. I think balancing this stuff also with your day-to-day routine and health and diet and just the normal Virgo 6th house energy will be important, because we do have some oppositions. Your ruler is going to be opposing up to Chiron, who's going back into your 6th house, which does have to do with those day-to-day activities and health, routine, energy management, time management, your work, your day-to-day work environment, which has been, this area of life where you have to trust and have faith that everything's unfolding in that area. But through all this spiritual stuff, remember to ground it in the sense that, to apply it, and vice versa. This very practical energy, which is a spiritual practical energy, you can apply to, meditation or yoga or whatever it is you do for relaxation and spiritual connectedness, will be important. And I think finding that balance, realizing that there's really no difference between the spiritual and the physical in terms of your work is spiritual work, and your spirituality does take discipline and a routine, and that's just the nature of this axis. So remembering that and those types of things, whatever it is for you personally, I think you'll find that very healing this week when your ruler opposes up to Chiron. So that's going to be the strongest energy for you, your ruler there, and this new moon in that 12th, as well as Venus trining up to Uranus this week. So you guys do have Uranus transiting your 7th house of one-on-one connections, have been for about the past 5 years. One-on-one connections, relationships, the importance of having freedom there. And all of that is very much now supporting these new beginnings. And I think especially in regards to philosophy, maybe even in the financial side of things, with Venus, who does naturally rule on that 2nd house. Now your finances, though, it is important in anything in regards to material enjoyments. It's important for you to continue to have this strong, disciplined approach to this area. The long term, a dollar saved is a dollar earned kind of thing. And thinking long-term in general with that is very important. Saturn's going to be squaring up to the sun here this week, later part. I think, Thursday through Saturday. So having discipline, again, even bringing discipline into spirituality, as paradoxical as that might sound sometimes, and long road and patience with whatever these new things are shifting up, with whatever is taking place, remembering to get that rest and relaxation. Maybe it's going to take extra work and effort for you to do that and to do those, relaxing things. So that'll be important, but just do remember to keep everything nice and tight, nice and grounded with the material stuff, because wherever Saturn is, it does pay off through that hard work and discipline. And here it is certainly in regards to, all this, spiritual transformation and change and uncovering really an illumination that's happening in regards to your psyche and your subconscious and the spiritual side of things. So that'll be important. And that trine up to Uranus, I do recommend connecting to relationships, one-on-one connections, whatever that might be for you, mixing things up there. That can be quite exciting. Can be some, new opportunities, new people, new take on your current relationships, whatever it might be, to maybe tap into that adventurous spirit and enjoy life. But all of that, continue to reflect on, again, continue to redo and reflect on your values, finances, and also the adventurous spirit and your philosophy. You're sort of going over philosophy on life and astrology and things like that, really rethinking, reworking that, which is really good. And that can be exciting as well. So that's going to be the bulk of the week, as well as that opposition to your ruler, square up to Saturn towards the end of the week. And then your ruler does go into the 12th house on Saturday. So shifting into the next week, there will be more energy for you. Things are inspiring right now, but in terms of you applying your short-term goals, your active energy, things like that, when your ruler goes into your first this weekend. And this is great because the North Node's been transiting your first house. So it's been very important for you guys to continue to pursue your goals, your drives, your ambitions, to focus on self, your self-image, things like that. And so now your ruler conjuncting up to the North Node can help you really apply it and understand it very practically. But that's going into next week. But I just wanted to mention that shift here because you'll notice that over the weekend. And I think anything relating to self in that balanced way, I think will be important this weekend. But all in all, this is certainly still very much about 12th house. Seeing the upside of it, positivity of that, possibilities, the big picture, I think will be an important element there, as well as continue to reflect on it, reflecting on the psyche, paying attention to your dream space even. You do have Mercury here, so it's very practical, or at least can be, working behind the scenes, getting that rest and relaxation, discipline if it needs it, applying it to your day-to-day experiences is really the importance of that. And I think you'll find that transformative this week. So Virgo, have a nice week. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to Sidereal, do check the description down below, or if you'd like a personal reading. In terms of this, analysis, this is Sidereal. It's very different from tropical and Vedic systems, somewhat different from Vedic. So if you haven't already checked the birth chart calculator down below, do so. And I will talk to you all next week. Take care.